Hello everyone. Today I want to go out and share with you an interesting post that I saw on Reddit because it sheds a lot of light into what you should and should not do when seeking a promotion, as well as how managers and companies in general really feel about the promotion track and coaching employees to get to the next level. Now, on to the post. Today, the CEO of our company swung by to answer questions. My question was basically, what would it take to get promoted? His answer was, do what you gotta do and just keep asking. I responded that I had already asked quite a bit, to which he said, just keep doing what you're doing, you won't annoy them. You'd be surprised how many times people had to ask. I revealed that my number was 37 times these past 4 years. Right then and there he left, and then I learned that I am fired. I overheard him saying to my boss, my direct boss, 37 times, why would you allow this? It made me wonder why I was given the advice to keep asking and told, oh, you won't annoy them. That clearly wasn't true, as proved by the following events. Still, I shouldn't have admitted that I had any ambition and didn't want me to have it. And that is the end of the post. So, starting from the top, the CEO in the story is right in that if you do want to get promoted, you need to let your manager know and to do so repeatedly. Once they know that you're interested in getting to the next level, that is how they can go out and give you personal coaching advice on what you need to do to qualify for it. So that's definitely something that you have to do. On top of that, you also do need to make sure to ask repeatedly. One thing I gotta stress here is that everyone has their own life to live and their own distractions that they're dealing with, their own interests and goals that they are trying to reach. Yours are not theirs. If you want them to remember what you want, you do need to remind them repeatedly, over and over and over again. I know in my case, for example, this actually bit me in the butt earlier in my career. I had a manager that I told I wanted a promotion, and then 6 months later, when performance reviews rolled around, I reminded her of my request, and she had completely forgotten about it. And it was just 6 months lost that I can never get back. So I do want to stress, you really do need to remind them again and again for them to really take it seriously and to take the steps needed to get you there. That said, this is where the story starts taking a bizarre turn. According to this Redditor, he asked for promotion 37 times. Assuming that he started asking 6 months after he started, he was asking for one essentially every month for 4 years. So he had 4 years of one-on-one interactions with his manager, asking for promotion, and nothing changed. That's nuts. That's completely ridiculous. This requester is clearly missing something, and this picture that we're receiving here in this post is incomplete. I would honestly say that this guy kind of sounds like a low performer with high expectations who does not really have a good self-evaluation of his skills, essentially, and how well he's doing with the company. I would say that really explains why after he confronted the CEO, that this actually resulted in him being fired. His manager should have laid him off years ago, but was too nice to do so. And that's actually why this guy got laid off, was that the CEO caught wind of this bizarre personal situation that had been continuing for years and stepped in to go out and resolve it. And that's probably the truth behind what went down. The next part of the story is also very interesting, where the CEO is basically asking the manager 37 times, why would you allow this? Now, the person who posted this onto Reddit takes a very self-centered point of view that the CEO was lying, that the company was never interested in people expressing ambition and going for the next level. And I would say this could not be farther from the truth. I can honestly say from my time as a manager and as an individual contributor coaching other people that most people do not want to go for promotion. They do not want to go out and take risks. They don't want to go out and deal with the additional stress and learn new things. They just want to clock in and clock out and go home. It's actually very rare to find anybody with ambition in the office. So I will say for those of you listening today who do want to go for promotion, you are in luck. There really are not that many people out there who are doing what you're doing. Leaders love finding people like you, people who are willing to get promoted. I know I did. For one thing, coaching them is way easier than anybody else because they have actual goals to go out and shoot for. When you have somebody who just wants to remain the same, what kind of goals can you actually give them? None. It's incredibly challenging. It is very hard to go out and manage somebody like that. Now, conversely, when you have an employee who wants to go for the promotion, it is incredibly rewarding. I mean, watching somebody improve and grow and reach to the next level, and you know that you had a part in that, oh, it's amazing. It was probably the best time I ever had in leadership, watching people grow and just helping them get promoted several times actually up the ranks. It was great. Leaders do not go out and willingly crush the ambition of their team if they're worth anything at all. This is clearly a case of the manager screwing up. Their training plan sucks and their coaching is terrible. It should take at most like 6 months to 18 months to really coach somebody about how to perform the job at the level above their own. Even like someone going from like a chief operating officer to a CEO, it only takes them about that long to go on and make the change, much less the regular employee. And the fact that this is not occurring really speaks to a weakness on their part. And even besides this, if you have an underachieving employee, someone who's just not performing, it does not take 4 years to go out and get them fired. This is really a case of the manager being indecisive and not making the hard choices that really needed to be made. They're not performing up to snuff. They're just not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So that is my advice for everyone who's watching this. If you want to get promoted, you gotta ask for it. And you gotta ask for it repeatedly so they remember it. Once they acknowledge that they've heard your request, ask it put on the coaching plan and the concrete steps that you need to take in order to qualify for that next level. And get it documented too. Make sure this is all in writing so that once you do hit those thresholds, they're willing to go out and go to bat for you to get that promotion. Similarly, if you've been there for a while and it becomes obvious that they are not willing to go to bat for you to fight for your promotion, that's a sign that you need to go out and change jobs and go somewhere else because clearly this is not the place for you. Do not go out and waste 4 years of your precious time in this. The situation we saw here today in this Reddit post is just ridiculous. Don't tolerate that in your own personal life. Otherwise, reading some of the comments on this Reddit post, some people really threw some heat at the CEO for his behavior in this interaction. Some are saying that he was embarrassed about getting this question from the audience, and that because he was embarrassed, that's the reason why he fired this guy. And I would actually say that that is not the case, and that of anybody really in the story who was doing their job, it was actually him. He was meeting with a group of employees. He caught wind of a personal situation that was going sideways, and apparently had been going sideways for years, and then stepped in and went out and fixed it. So I really can't go out and hate the guy for doing that. I don't really have a great opinion of CEOs like anybody else. You watch the news and it's pretty obvious that there are a lot of bad behaving CEOs out there. But I gotta say, this guy here was really doing his job, and I don't really have much to really critique with him on that part. Now, if you found this content at all interesting and you want to learn more about how to maximize the value of your time in the office, please click the subscribe button below for more content. I'm here to help you out, and I hope you found some value in the material. Until next time.